Hey!
What is this? Here we go. There's Barry.
Oh my god, are we ready to go already?
Options.
I was clearly not ready. Right, Barry is in. I would say Africa Core. I would say type of African is type of Desert Combat.
New construction.
A very neutral colour,
options.
colour of pasta.
Building.
Really badly done toast.
hold.
Weird tea. We already have bread, which is
Cancel.
Sisko has barreled in there with his little beep beep jeep 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 jeep. He's also moving his base builder, which seems incredibly dangerous. Barry Whelan is like, what are you doing? He's fighting back, he's fighting back, he's fighting back. Sisko is still trying in vain to open his base builder. This is probably the most controversially risky strategy I've ever seen in Command & Conquer. Do not be deploying your base at all. And now he's getting shot at.
Construction complete.
Sisko's still not put his base out. Oh, he finally has, so he can actually start going. Barry Whelan has a 17-year advantage, where he's already deployed everything. Has a single man attacking Sisko. And, finally, so Sisko is at peace. Love and War. Bit of an unusual location.
Ready.
And until we see more of the map, Barry seems to have a good location there. He's got a couple of nice, like, kind of little choke points and everything like that. Sisko zoomed in there so we can see that graphics texture remastered. In the blue we have the AI, aka the Borg.
No,
he's
Barry
just
hasn't discovered you yet.
okay. Barry. Well, I haven't existed yet. As ever, Barry is refusing to acknowledge my existence and my presence, and is solely focusing on the patriarchy. There seems to be a tiny, tiny glimpse of a jeep there. Again, we're very zoomed in. I have managed to lure the entire AI into one corner for some reason.
On hold.
So this is me at the moment. I managed to do a giant, for once I can talk to myself and it'd be incredibly egotistical. I had to move one of my lads because he decided to wander in there. I was like, what an absolute dope and a half. You will die a terrible, terrible death. I managed to do like a massive big square loop. Again, I'm going to be a bit controversial and go, oh my god, I'm so good. But I was able to do a big square. Nobody else could see as much as me. Not that it was of any advantage of me, but I suppose it was in a sense. If I, again, can be retrospective here for a second, I could see the AI just streaming the labs down to me on that kind of right kind of channel lane. These cheeky fuckers decide to start bombing me refinery, and if there's one thing we all know and love about Command & Conquer is how fucking impossible it is to get money half the time in these maps, so then to have these wee fucks target my thing. Not good. I'm gonna stop talking about myself in a minute. Here's one of Barry's men. He's on the look for some shoes. He left his boots behind at the base and is running around now barefoot. Just to see if he can find a bit of shoes anywhere. Polishing his gun. He will try and threaten you at gunpoint for a pair of shoes. He has no jacket still, but we won't talk about his recklessness there. Sisko has a hand of nod there. His lad's not doing anything. He has a helicopter. Ooh, wouldn't be fucking with that lad there now. He's 2 helicopters, Jesus Christ. Also an engineer. I don't know why he'd need that. Why would you need an engineer if everything's a-okay? I was always a bit disappointed that the engineers weren't used for repairs.
Construction complete.
That's very bizarre. Here they're strictly incredibly nefarious only. Because for me, I'm like, you have a medic. It doesn't, like, you can't go bring a medic to a barracks and like kill all lads or something.
Building.
I'm sure people have tweeted that though at different stages. Barry's now getting his lads to go on a bit run. Sisko has a transporter helicopter, which is not something I have ever used because I don't ever think of it. Barry's unleashing hell. He has that super futuristic air traffic controller tower that I can't remember the name for it now, so we're going to just keep going and keep skipping. Advanced guard tower even. It's always a bit of a weird design. It always looks like they kind of shoved a couple of models together and went, did the job. It was West Coast, so who knows. There's an entire fleet of helicopter fire as well. Sisko's now landing the big guns. He's desperately trying to land his transporter. And if this is a secret moment that I heard about, yes, Sisko has taken Barry's refinery, which is, can I just say, so rude, so uncalled for. Now he's got Barry's bloody ore collector as well. Gunfight there, gunfight there. So the AI, if you notice that on this screen, well, hindsight's 2020, and you've already destroyed all of Barry's fucking shit, so you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. And he's just in there at Barry's base now, just robbing all his ore. I mean, even if it doesn't get back to his home base, who cares, because it's in the thing anywhere, and even if you destroy it, it doesn't come back out. So Barry's advanced guard tower has been killed off there. Will Barry recover from this? More than likely, yes. That's the word on the ground right now. Sisko has getting a bit of a fire there, and he's a bit defenseless against those orcas, as they're called, I think. Yes. They're fucking hell in the fucking air. They're like seagulls and mosquitoes and everything rolled into one. You wouldn't want to be coming against them. Not pleasant at all. So Barry sent a lot of his lads into the... I keep going to say Tanium, but that's something we haven't worked. Geranium, I think it might be called. Tiberium even. Tiberium guns. His lads will die. Not just in the process of war, but from horrible poisoning that they may have to come to deal with later on in their life. Sisko has got one of those little, like, cool little motorbikes coming, but as soon as it even landed, it was destroyed. Barry takes no prisoners. And is now squishing people, which I thought he didn't like, but Barry Whelan has no harm.
Unit lost.
The AI in the top right hand corner actually has managed to nearly form all its buildings into one. If you looked at it from here, it looks like a swimming pool's been created in the top. But no, it's incredibly, I don't know if efficient, but just purposeful. Barry is somehow aware of a tiny little square of my map. Maybe something to do with the advanced guard tower, I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a massive fire there. We won't even comment on me. I was like, Barry saw the thing, I'm just gonna do this for a bit of crack. Literally don't care. Like, going full guns at it. You know what I mean? It was worth a retry. Anything to damage the helicopters, that's the most important part in my eyes.
Building.
Very crispy graphics. Yeah, that tank had incredibly good range to get me there, and I was very defenseless.
On hold.
Cancel. Not cancel. Oh, got there. Sisko sent his one dead little jeep that the AI may at any second destroy. Sacrificial jeep. Oh, that lad died. He was just waiting for his death really because he had such low health. And he wasn't able to get out of the jeep. That's the hard part as well. You can't get those lads out. Like, they're kind of summoned to their death.
Construction complete.
Barry hasn't seen
New
too much. He can see a few bits. Me on the other hand, I can kind of see everything. So a bit quiet on the western frontier. I've sent a helicopter over to the I just going in with a helicopter every now and again just for absolute crack. I didn't really have any plan, as most things and as most times. Just was like, let's try this for a bit. Here, Barry's now sending his evil helicopters down towards Sisko. There seems to be a shocking amount of death sound effects there in the corner of our screen that I'm not quite sure what happened there. Barry's unleashing hell for Sisko. It really looks like he fired at his own base there, but instead it was blowing up lads with industrial-sized rockets, which can only be a horrible, horrible death. Command & Conquer doesn't really deal with that side of things. Like, do you get repatriated? Do your family get any sort of payments for your... Do you get paid even for being in the army? Barry's just firing here now. He doesn't care what you have. Sisko even has a little Joe figure there. He's a civilian. He's even wearing trainers. Like, you can see how casual he was, just chilling inside. He's probably the IT lad.
Cancelled.
So the AI is sending out one of those sneaky little engineers. I love that the wee hat on him. Also, he doesn't get long sleeves. You can tell he's
ready.
Yeah. My thing, bizarrely enough, didn't manage. It looked like I ran completely over them, but it didn't at the same time. It was horrendous. Sisko sending a rocket launcher man on a bit of a run. He's stolen this pipe from a local building site. He's not quite sure what he's going to do with it. He's still going. That has to be quite heavy, actually. Those lads must have a lot of muscles. He's obviously decided to sneak in at the back with the hopes that Barry doesn't see him. Barry, in fact, does see him and says, I'm going to launch a fucking tank at you. Will Barry squish him? That's a good question. The answer is no so far. Oh, Barry Whelan's very close. Barry Whelan's very close. Trying to defeat... Oh, is it a bit neck and neck here? It's a bit neck and neck, but Barry Whelan cuts in with a crushing squish. Harsh. And the helicopter is popped safely back in place. So that was a bit of a horrible battle there, if I'm completely honest. Not very good. Barry, you can see a little bit more of my map now, which is good. He's built in your ore refiner. Very good. Very efficient.
So how do you deal with this and then you just take it back to an engineer?
Yeah, I just built another engineer and took it back. Sisko sending his mate Joe there. Joe has a very round head and a strange gait while running, a bit like the Doctor in Voyager when he runs for the first time. Joe may or may not have a gun though. I don't know why we're arming civilians. He's no armour, he has the wrong shoes in him, he's probably getting sunburned because this is a desert.
Unit lost.
I sent a helicopter in again for the crack because I saw Sisko's up there in the jeep. I think we do a bit of collaboration, but no.
Unit
Although
lost.
Sisko did get the helicopter in the end, Barry's clearly just going to fucking build another one probably in a minute. So whatever. Want to get the helipad base.
Where everyone's just broken every single unit.
Everybody is
He's
so
gonna
broke.
get the most
Barry
of
has
the
$1 to his name if we look at the screen here. Barry has one.
Building.
He has nothing more than
Insufficient
one.
funds.
So it's not going to be easy for him. Sisko, you just might have seen there, is again sending Joe, civilian. Bit like Special Forces, he's been adapted and is hoping to claim glorious victory. When wearing a pair like Nike trainers they got for 20 quid in sportsdirect.com. Britain's #1. It's going to the giant mugs as well, but it's not much use from in battle. You probably could throw it at somebody or hide in it. Joe's now died. There will be no gravestone and his family will not know that he died there. I sent a wee jeep up there again. No plan whatsoever. Just doing things for the
Unit
crack.
ready.
Who needs to know? Nobody. That's not focusing me at all. Sisko's G. Going for a bit of a bike ride there. Futuristic bike ride. The jeep died. Then my man died very harshly. Barry shows no mercy whatsoever. Sisko's still kind of jeeping around the place. Doing a bit of a jazzy jeeping. Not jeeping, sorry, I take that back. Jazzy bike, oh, rip. Sisko very poignantly bringing up the death of Jack Charger today. I'd say your dad will be singing with much sadness tonight. I was going to say he's going to play a game of football in his honour, but I really don't think that's going to be the case whatsoever. But he might write a poem actually about Jack Charlton.
Complete.
If there is a poem about Jack Charlton and we
Cancel.
receive it, I will read it out during my next commentary broadcast. I will not be writing any poems over my commentary.
On hold.
Not too much madness
Cancel.
happening at the moment. All pretty normal. Sisko's a big fan of the little BB bikes. What are those
On
bikes called
hold.
actually? What's the actual name?
Cancel.
Can't remember. Rocket bike. They're pretty cool. They're pretty futuristic. They look like something that would try and build beat like a land speed record.
Lost.
Barry's main base builder is under shocking attack here. Consistently,
Insufficient funds.
it's been a bit relentless. Many people have wanted to see the downfall of
Unit
Barry's stuff.
lost.
He's just sold
Main
something.
power.
I don't know what. Because I can't remember. Oh no! Barry did not have time to sell.
It was the last bullet of
It
one
was
of
the
my
last
dudes.
bullet. It just goes to show, just like voting, everyone vote counts. In war, every bullet counts. Against Barry. Yes, okay, so Barry's lads are in a little formation there, got little blue bags in them. Blue bags. I'm just sending another helicopter up to the crack. Literally, like, just having a... Sisko loves this. This is not triggering at all for him to see me just do random stuff, because I'm like, meh, I know I'm not going to win this, so I may as well just try this for the crack. I did get a good bit on actually destroying... Listen to this absolute hateful speech. I am having a whale of a time. I'm having a whale of a time, can I just say. Hey, I enjoy putting money on fire and in the bin. I'm a capitalist scum.
Oh, I hear things going on.
Then in my base, I got one of the coolest things that you can get in the whole map. I got the obelisk. The noise alone of it is absolutely horrendous. Seeing that become a potential is absolutely horrendous. Yeah, they got quite keen and sending the fucking helicopters down to me, which I was not too happy on. The noise for miles. He's going up there again just for Barry for the crack. Just to wind you up. I was like, you know what, if Sisko sees this, he'll absolutely love it.
hate that
I was like, get that fucking head!
No.
Boo! No more helicopters, Barry, please! Massive gunfight here now in the middle of the terrarium. I'll get it eventually, probably by the time we finish playing this. Not looking good there for... Ooh, Sisko drove over one of his own men. Thankfully friendly fire is not on, or else there would have been a lot of sad men all around there. He's decided his little bike needs to get out of there at speed! So he's going off. He's going beeping. Again, he's swinging around to the top. There's a bit of a common thing there of kind of scrooping in at the top. Sneaky.
Building.
Attack Barry's stuff when hopefully he's distracted, but we can't guarantee. This
You're
is
like,
where
no.
I'm going again with my helicopter to...
No, I'm just going to sacrifice this to the turret.
I've asked for no judgment whatsoever, and I'm being picked on. If anyone's watching this in the future, my address is 23. Please help me. Evergreen Terrace. 742 Evergreen Terrace. Please send money to. Sorry, dude. I've sent a lot of my little bikes up there to help Sisko because he was like, help me, and I was like, give me 2 seconds, I am very busy, also fighting off the AI at the same time. But if you look at the map, I'm not actually fighting the AI at the same time, so that was clearly a lie when we were playing with it. Can't see where my little bikes did that well there, really. I came to Sisko's rescue and he still got destroyed. There's another sneaky Joe being killed off. The noise of the obelisk continues to haunt the entire map, no matter where we are. Send another helicopter up. I have no idea what I'm doing with this one. Maybe fighting as a tank, I don't know. At the time I'm just like, yeah, I'll do this whenever. I'm having a bit of crack. Probably didn't have any tea at this stage, so I was like, I'm just going to do absolutely mad stuff because I'm not teed out of it yet.
Major rocket happening.
Unit ready.
There is, that's very true. I think the noise of the obelisk is probably the worst part of it. Never mind the technology of just instantly vaporizing people with lasers. The Telsic oil, at least you can see the rudimentary kind of fundamentals and the manualness of it. You know, it has to charge. Whereas that obelisk is just instant horror. And that humming noise is like, you know, not Day After Tomorrow, what do you call the other thing, War of the Worlds, that kind of like unsettling alien noise. You may or may not have sneakily noticed I had a sneaky tank that's sneaking up to Barry's base. At this stage I wasn't sure if I knocked into them. I know it's only Barry doesn't see me, but I know you only see when you fire, but for some reason I was a little bit self-conscious there. That
The turrets will see you.
turrets will see, which I was like, look, I think I have enough time to do that. But I went actually to help Sisko for once, so he actually can't start giving out to me, so he can't.
Our base is under attack.
Someone's base is under attack. Oh no, that's Barry's base, whatever, that's fine. Sent up more of my bikes to help out Sisko. He'll probably start giving out in a second, but I haven't helped him. I've sent my
Unit
tank.
lost.
I can't really remember what I did with the tank after that. The problem is it's invisible, so I won't be able to see it on anybody else's screen, so I don't know what I did with it. I think I may have started firing at something else. Oh, there it is. Kind of disappeared. That's when I was wondering, can I run people over with the secret tank or not?
Find out.
The answer is yes, you can. Something about that felt really horrendous though, because the smoke's coming out of it. The smoke does reveal you. No, there was no time to escape, so there wasn't. The smoke left me completely open. I will not accept any war tactics from you. Send him. I keep calling them jeeps, and they're not. I think it's the kind of spoilers at the end kind of defeat me. I thought I might help get rid of the turret for a little bit. Did this work or not? I can't remember. I think it might have. I think the bikes are one of these things that are actually savage, and like they're reasonable enough. They arrive really quickly, and they're bloody savage. Like they're not something I thought of. Like the first couple of times we played this, I saw them and I was like, oh, I think they're just for recon or maybe kind of light. Well, yeah, I thought maybe it is, yeah. So it's like, oh, there's recon and maybe, yeah, I was going to say maybe some sort of light infantry type thing. I think I can remember, but I can't.
Our base is under attack.
The perennial problem with watching replays is the speeding. You can see my radar there is just spinning out of control. And the game has decided that we are speaking too slowly about it and it wishes to accelerate everything. Sisko himself is now speeding up the game. I don't. Too fast! Yeah. Sneaky tactic. I don't know if it was incredibly intentional by Barry, but no doubt it was, because he's very sneaky. So it's just the AI have been defeated, and Barry is mysteriously still in the game, which we couldn't understand for a bit because of something else going on. Sisko actually managed to spot Joe. God, I didn't know sheer luck, just because he happened to be beside your. Barry realizes he has been spotted and is legging it. I realize now it's a Joe who goes, yeah, okay. Yeah. So, can't tell where Barry's from or where Joe's from either. Sisko with about 3 swift bullets destroyed everything. Fair play, Barry. Yeah.